here we are again at Safe House Alpha, doing a walkthrough of the property on the day of the event. Here's our lions and our entryway. Let's check out the room we had worked on at the beginning of the mini-series. The chandeliers are up, as well as the antique buffet in place. A few wall and window dressings. The room looks great. Let's take a look outside. We have the flowers set up along the perimeter of the yard, with the fountain making its presence known, set up with lighting for tonight, and our cherub over by the window. String lights are set up on the 4x4 posts we installed. Food station is in the background. We have the main tent with the decorations being set up, a stage for the DJ, and a small dance floor. And a couple of things for the kids. Not the porta potties. Those are for everybody. I'm talking about the bull ride and the bounce house. Looks like we're ready for tonight. But let's focus on the tent during the setup process. You see that? Yeah, that right there. This is day 2 of putting the tent together, and the crew from day 1 ended up taking all of the tall equipment with them, so the day 2 crew couldn't get the draping up without this scissor lift. So guess what? It's up to me to bring one out, and because of that, I'm going to show you how this thing works. But first, let's review the operating manual, because death or maiming by heavy equipment is not a good thing.
The onboard ground controller is, as shown, starting with the most important control, the emergency stop button. This will completely disconnect all power to the lift in the event that something goes wrong. The keyed switch control determines if the ground control panel or the platform controls are active. Switch to the left will grant control to the platform, to the right will grant control to the ground, and the center disables control entirely. In the top half of the control panel contains an LED screen and menu buttons for status and diagnostics, consisting of menu escape, menu up, menu down, and menu enter buttons. The bottom half of the control panel consists of the lift controls. The power button must be pressed and held while engaging the up button and the down button, until the action is complete.
Now brings us to the platform controls, starting with the joystick, which controls horizontal movement. Push the joystick forward to go forward, and pull the joystick back, obviously, go back. The toggle switch at the top of the joystick controls left and right. Press the toggle to the left to go left, and press the toggle right to go right. There are 2 buttons on the control box underneath the joystick that you may need to use while in horizontal motion. There is no speed control on the joystick. If you need to slow down your travel, just press the turtle button and that will slow the lift down. If someone's in your way or you need to get somebody's attention, there's a horn button too.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Once you're at a full stop, the control box underneath the joystick is where you want to be. Similar to the ground control panel, these 2 buttons act like the power button for vertical motion. The top button with the rabbit allows for a faster speed, while the bottom button with the turtle allows for a slower speed. You need to press and hold either button to send power to the buttons over to the right. And again, the up arrow controls the ascent, while the down button controls the descent. And just like the ground control panel, you have an emergency shut-off button in case shit hits the fan.
Using a taller ladder to complete tasks like this is acceptable. However, the scissor lift contains several features on the platform, based on both safety and convenience, that will not be found on an A-frame ladder, including a 2-foot by 4-foot surface, to enable freer movement, a safety rail to prevent falls, and the convenience of relocation without leaving the platform, allowing for quicker and easier task completion over a larger area.
It was definitely a whole lot easier to install this drapery with the scissor lift as opposed to having to drag a tall ladder throughout this whole area, and was extremely helpful in making the main tent look quite elegant. Heavy equipment like this is pretty expensive if you're going to try to buy it outright, but we went to our local heavy equipment rental retailer and was able to get it for a little over $100 a day. But keep in mind, they are going to ask for a deposit, so you might want to keep a couple of $100 floating around if that's possible. If not, you can still use a taller ladder, and it'll just take a little bit longer to handle it all. But it looks like our job is done here. We're just going to ride off into the sunset and get ready for the night.